Michigan Out of Doors Magazine's OD is brought to you by Country Smokehouse of Almont, offering the best quality and satisfaction in homemade meats, sausage, and jerky. It's a Michigan destination. Check out the website at countrysmokehouseinc.com. And by Williams Gun Sight, located in Davison. Williams Gun Sight has Mid-Michigan's largest selection of used guns with over 2,000 in stock every day. Check out the website to view inventory and prices.
Well, this is looking really good. That's looking great. This food plot, this is a food plot I put in last year. Now, the preparation for this food plot took 2 years. 1 year, this is what Ed Spinizzola recommends, so he's the expert. I listen to him. I Roundup sprayed this 3 times during the summer 2 years ago. After I sprayed it during the summer, by the end of the summer, all of this stuff, this wasn't clover at the time, it was like these weeds over here, tall weeds, chest high, killed them all. By the end of the summer, they were all laying down. Everything else around this area was standing up and still going strong. But all this, after you sprayed it 3 times, everything was dead. This whole strip was dead. And so all that stuff was matted down on top of itself. Well, that sat all winter long with snow on top of it, got a lot of moisture in it, and it created a nice mat across this whole food plot. All that dead debris laying on the ground created a perfect mat. So in the spring, I went in here before turkey season even. There was still a little bit of snow. It was melting. You knew that spring was coming. It was pretty apparent that probably there wasn't going to be much more snow, if any. And as that snow was melting, I actually seeded clover on top of clover and chicory right on top of the snow. Actually, the snow was melting, and as that snow melts, it goes down in that grass mat, and that mat holds the moisture in, and those seeds work their way down as this it freezes and thaws overnight, and in the daytime it works its way down into the soil and into that mat of debris, and it makes a perfect cover for it. So this thing just came up fantastic. Last year was the first year for it. I frost seeded it in the spring, early in the spring, probably early April. By the time May hit, it was already popping up. And last year in the late season, I ended up shooting a doe right over here because they were coming into this food plot like crazy. In fact, this food plot was almost down to dirt. There was so much activity on it. So this year, during turkey season, I kept an eye on it, and when it started to flower, I decided to come in here. I had a friend with a brush hog. He came in and he mowed it for me. Now we're going to take a look at it, and we might spot spray some of the weeds in here, but it's looking good. I mean, as you can see, the clover is coming up really good. So I've got a great food plot here already established. Now I'm working on a couple more food plots over here. There's 2 or 3 more in this area, and they're all real small ones. Nothing is really a killing plot. These are more destination plots to keep the animals in this area. Good place to put a trail camera on these trees right here. So let's go take a look at the other one that I'm working on. Well, this right here is one of the coolest things I've ever found for ATV planting. The problem with ATV cultivators or discs or harrows or anything like that is they're just not heavy enough. When you put a lot of weight on these quads, they just can't pull them. So you really need a tractor to do most of the food plot stuff that you want to do. Here's something a little bit different. This is called the Groundhog Max. Now when you're going in and out of your spot, you throw it in your receiver hitch, it sits up off the ground, and it may look like a small disc, but you can go quite fast with this thing. It's unbelievable how much land you can tear up in not very long time. I mean, you can really break some ground with this. But the neat thing is you can get it in and out of your food plots way back in. You can go through mud holes, through swamps, through 2 tracks, and it's up off the ground. It's not dragging behind your quad. It's easy to get in and out. You can put stuff up on top. You can put stuff in the hitch back here, and you can actually tow more stuff behind it. So once you get to your spot, I bring a little 4x4 piece of wood, you back up onto it, and this is the ingenious thing about it is, you pull the pin right here, flip it upside down, shove that back in, put the pin in here, and then you pull this pin, drop it down, this goes up and down, you let it down all the way, and you've got about 4 inches of clearance because you're backed up on that board. You throw the pin in, now as soon as I drive off that board, the weight of the quad pushes down on this and it puts all the weight on the disc itself. So the problem that we have with ATV plows having enough weight has been taken, it's been negated by the fact that the whole ATV itself is the weight now. The nice thing is, being so small, it does not put a whole lot of strain on your four-wheeler. This is a 1997 300 Honda 4-track, so it's an old quad. It's only a 300, it's an air-cooled machine, and yet I can do food plots no problem with it. I mean, it has no problem pulling this thing around. It doesn't overheat. It has no problems with this little plow at all, but I can really rip up some land. Right behind me is a food plot over here. It's about roughly a half an acre or so. It took me about 2 hours to take it from this down to dirt and ready to plant. That's not bad, especially when you want to get into those hard to reach places. So if you're looking for something to get back in those places and to use your four-wheeler, take a look at the Groundhog Max. Well, about 2.5 hours later, I've got about a 3/4 acre food plot right here. As you can see, the Groundhog Max does a fantastic job. I didn't know what to expect when I put it on the quad. It looks like a great design and everything, and it turns out it is a fantastic design. It's maybe not something you want to do with big food plots, but this is 3/4 of an acre, and it didn't take me very long at all. The nice thing about it is you flip it upside down, you trailer it to where you want to go, you turn it back upside down when you want to plow with it, and you're on the go. You can get into any area you want with it. If you can get your ATV to it, you can plow it like this. So fantastic little unit. Now we get to play with the planter. Well, if you're looking at putting it in food plots, there's a lot of different options for you, but not a whole lot of cheap options out there. This is one of the coolest things I've seen lately. This is an old John Deere 71. Take a look at this. This is an old John Deere 71 flexi planter. Now normally this would be on a gang of 2 or more planters on the back of a bar on a 3-point hitch on a tractor. Now these things are all over the place in fence rows and in barns and in fields way off in the back 40 that people have just abandoned. And there's a guy in Minnesota, they take these planters, they recondition them, they go through them, they clean them all up, they repaint them, they make sure they work, and they put seed plates with them. So you get corn, beans, sorghum, all whatever you need, seed plates for it. And then they adapt it so that you can hook it right on the back of your ATV right here. And all of this is around 500, 550 bucks. When normally, if you're going to get a planter for an ATV, you're talking in the $1,000 range, maybe $1,200 range. So if you're ever looking for one, this thing works great. I just attach it to the back of my quad, just a regular hitch, and I have seed depth bands that can go on here so I can set the seed depth. But this seems to be working fine for today. Today I'm planting beans, corn, and sugar beets, and it's working awesome. So if you're ever looking for it, they're perfect for ATV work. Well, there she is. I got my food plot in for this year. I'll tell you what, I've got a couple more food plots I'm gonna work on in the late summer. I'm spraying them right now in the late summer. I'm gonna go ahead and till them back up, and I'm gonna plant clover in those. So, but for right now, I think we're all set. So those of you out there looking to put in food plots, take a look at some of these equipment, these implements that we got for the ATVs now. There's a lot of neat stuff out there. Make sure when you're doing food plots, make sure you bring lots of water. Make sure you hydrate yourself. It's awful hot out here nowadays, so get out there and enjoy it. And hopefully, we're gonna see some big bucks on this food plot come fall.